wonder, how is Tata and TCS in particular upskilling their digital talent?
Absolutely. So before I talk about the focus on talent and upskilling, in TCS more specifically, I can speak for TCS, and also I can touch upon the broader Tata Group, Karen. But the first thing that I would say is that I would recommend a book written by Chandra, the chairman of the Tata Group, a book called The Digital Nation. It is about India and how technology can be a major transformation enabler for India, given all of its huge population, lack of infrastructure, poverty, and so many other constraints the country has. How technology can be a phenomenal transformation enabler in making the company take a leap, skipping many of the development cycles the other countries took. So it's a very interesting book, especially if India is a subject of interest. You and yours, I would strongly recommend that book. Right?
Thank
What that book will tell you is that while, as the McKinsey report predicted, about million jobs being lost, that's one side of the equation. The technology that will transform the country can also produce perhaps 36 million jobs. Right? 5 years or 10 years later, the scenario that we're going to have in a country like India is probably not enough people, and it's very unlikely to be not enough jobs. That's the transformative power of technology. Over the last few decades, this has always been the fear, right? Oh, automation is coming, so people are going to lose their jobs, is always the thing that gets said whenever a major technology transformation is enabled. But then, yeah, it does happen. We do keep reading about some of those job losses and so on here and there. But humanity has infinite potential, right? Again, it's one of Chandra's favorite quotes that all of us quote all the time about, he says, there are only legacy technologies, no legacy people. Right? The human spirit is so powerful that for the person with the right attitude and the willingness to work, they can learn any skill, any new skill, and make themselves relevant for the future. For people with that attitude and approach to life, sky's the limit, and I don't think they need to fear job losses at all. So I'll stop my sermonizing at that point, Karen. And coming to the skilling, right? TCS is in the business of technology and consulting, and making technology and consulting come together in working to solve our customers' problems. The best thing about this industry and this company in particular is that technology is ever changing. Companies' problems, while they're very similar, they also change. So it's a very learning experience all across. People who work for TCS rarely do the same job or the same type of job for more than a few years at a given time. And that includes me as well. So what that also requires is all of us to be constant learners. If you take my own case, I began my career as an IBM mainframe COBOL DB2 programmer. Subsequently, I learned object-oriented technologies, client-server technologies, packaged implementations of ERP products, and so on and so forth. There are many, at least 4 or 5 generations of technologies that I've been able to learn and in performing my job, thanks to TCS's focus on learning and skilling. So there are a number of platforms that are available to TCS employees. In fact, many of their career progression and even salary goals are all linked to their ability to upskill themselves, getting the certifications and getting the practical experiences on those skill areas and so on. So we are a company that crucially depends on learning and skilling. So we have a lot of focus on that. But more importantly, the same principle is with the group as well, right? So there are a lot of initiatives that the group has taken for both their employees and also to drive education as a core theme under the philanthropic activities as well. So education and skilling are a very, very high priority item. In fact, the top priority item, both for the group and for TCS.
Yeah, terrific.
So there are many initiatives, Strive, Go IT, and many such initiatives that both the Tata Group and TCS have in place, where we educate our employees and skill our employees, and also we roll those programs out to the communities where we prioritize education and skilling.
Yeah, so important. I think you said, maybe this was in your NASCOM position, that the current industry in IT in India is like 200 billion, growing 15% year over year. So it'll be a $350 billion industry by 2025. Is that what I wrote? I mean, just unbelievable hypergrowth. And while it's not linear, the need for skills that go along with that, the need for people with skills is tremendous. So I'm really pleased to hear there's a lot of effort behind making that happen.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.